Hello, welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into The Love You Give Me. We're diving into episode 6. I just finished reacting to episode 5, and it was absolutely precious, so adorable. Jean-C discovering that he's a father and just the feelings that he is feeling. It was so endearing, so endearing. I've never seen him smile so much, and it was precious. So we're going to dive into episode 6 and see where this episode takes us. If you would like early access to these reactions, you can join us over on Patreon. All of my Patreon exclusive reactions are at least a week ahead of what's on YouTube. Some of them are more so if you're interested, you can join us over there. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. But let's dive on in and see where 6 takes us. Okay, so another absolutely precious episode. Like, pretty much everything I said at the end of episode 5 when it comes to Jean-C and just how happy he is to be a father. It echo the exact same thing. Copy and paste it here for this reaction. It's the exact same feelings. He is precious, he is endearing, but I can see where Min-Hui is having her reservations and where Jean-C is doing a lot right now, and where she's wanting to have this conversation with him. I think it's going to go somewhere along the lines of just trying to make him realize that being a father or being in his life, being there for him, doesn't mean buying him everything. It doesn't mean it's not all this material stuff. Yes, it's nice to spend time. It's nice to go shopping, go on a little shopping spree. It's nice to have these matching outfits. It is cute. It's adorable. But being a good parent is not just material. It's not just going out and shopping and buying him all of this stuff because he says buying him a toy because he says he wants a toy, giving him a snack because he says he wants a snack. Like, there's a lot. I'm not a parent, so I can't speak from firsthand experience, but from what I'm told, there's a lot more that goes into like the day-to-day decisions other than just this sort of surface level interactions. Like I was saying last episode, it feels right now like Jean-C is building a friendship with Chen Chen, and it's sweet to see that relationship start to build, but it does feel very much like a friendship. We're hanging out. Not necessarily I'm trying to buy your love, but because you can see that for Jean-C, it's not coming from a place of I'm trying to bribe this kid or anything like that. It's coming from a genuine place of I want to express my gratitude for having this kid in my life. I want to express how much I care about this kid, how much I just really, really do love this kid. I want to express that, and the way he's accustomed to expressing that is through gifts. Everyone's love language is different. Seems to be very much a gifter. I want to take all these gifts. I love you. You're so adorable. Take blah blah blah. And there's just more that goes into parenting than just that. So I feel like Min-Hui, who's been there and been through this, the good, the bad, the disciplining, the staying up late, the sickness, all this kind of stuff. She's been through all of this with a little kid. For someone else to just come in and and kids, like, we know that Chen Chen is very, very smart, but kids can be sometimes, even though they might be very smart, they can be very one-track minded or very simple-minded when it comes to, oh, hey, there is someone who is treating me very, very nicely. Or in this situation where it's like, oh, I've got one parent who is kind of the disciplinarian, the authority, the more authoritative person, and then I have this other one who kind of lets me do what I want to do. I really like this one who lets me do what I want to do. Like, sure, I love my mom, but this guy here lets me do anything I want to do, and I really, really like that. So I want to spend more time with this guy. I want to hang out with this guy. He's cool. He's fun. So I feel like Min-Hui is going to try and make him see. And I don't know, I feel like it's something that's going to take more than just a conversation with Minhui. I feel like there are going to have to be other experiences throughout the episode. Maybe some health related something or another. Maybe a scare of him getting lost or something. Like, I think there's going to have to be other experiences that Shinji is going to have to experience to understand that it's more than just this surface level sort of interaction that's going to make him a good father, that's going to, and like right now he's very much trying to compensate because he's not been in this kid's life for years, and he's had a tough childhood too, where, you know, he grew up in an orphanage and he did not have, he even told Chin Chin, he's like, you're lucky. When I was growing up, I didn't have a dad or a mom. And, you know, that whole speech that he was giving him, like, he was speaking from the heart. It's like, you know, I'll never let you grow up alone, always be there for you. When you grow up, we'll go riding and this, that, the other. And like, he was speaking from the heart because he experienced, and like I was saying last episode, people who have gone through certain like bad experiences in life, whether it's growing up without a father or having this kind of surgery or going through health problems, or, you know, having a parent who went through health problems, and or losing a parent at a young age, blah, blah, like so many different things. People who've gone through these experiences, they tend to see other people going through those experiences and feel sympathetic, feel empathetic, and want to try and ease that blow, lessen that pain, you know. So yes, he wants to be there for her son, but also there's that part of him who's like, hey, I grew up without all of this. I grew up without parents. I grew up without toys. I grew up without this. So he is trying so hard to compensate. He's like, I want to make sure that my son does not feel what I felt. And I feel like that is such a common thing that I've heard from so many parents just in life in general. Parents have gone through things in their childhood, and it's a parent's job to protect and raise their children. So they want to make sure that their child never goes through the bad things that they went through. So that's very much what's happening with Shinji. He's wanting to protect his son from having to go through any of these experiences, and he might be overcompensating a bit right now. He's very much overcompensating in a sense, but I understand where it's coming from. It's not coming from a place of malice. It's genuinely, he's just trying to make sure that his son is okay. So Minhui is going to have some conversations, and eventually I think we're going to get to the point where, because we're still very early in this series, we're only on episode 6 and there's like 20 something episodes, so like we're still very early into this series, but eventually get to a point where he's less of the, I'm going to be the cool guy who's going to take you on all these fun trips, and just settle into a parental role. And I think it'll be interesting to see that sort of character development take place. And, you know, it's interesting seeing her also have to go through this character change of loosening the reins, or not being the person who's 100% in control of the situation anymore, because they're kind of trying to do this shared custody thing, and it's like, okay, yes, I've spent the last 4 years being the primary caretaker of this and handling all these decisions, and now there's someone else who genuinely cares, is not trying to hurt my son, but who is making these decisions that I may not necessarily agree with. They might be doing things in a way that I may not have done, but you know, she's learning to, that's kind of her character arc right now, learning to let go of some of that control, and, you know, relinquish some of that over to Shinji, and know that it'll be okay. Now I think there might be some point in the series, or it's kind of tropey, but it might be some point during the series when she relinquishes the controls, like, okay, fine, I trust you, you do, I don't agree with this, but you do, blah blah blah, and Shinji takes him to do, you know, whatever they're going to do, and then Chin Chin ends up getting hurt for some reason, and she'll be like, I told you, blah, blah, blah. I hope we don't cross that path, but I can see that happening. It feels like a very tropey thing to happen in these sort of scenarios in TV shows and movies. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see them learn to just, I don't know how long they're going to be doing this cohabitation thing. Obviously, we're in the very early stages of it, so there's a lot of kinks to work out. Taking each other's laptops to work and learning to deal with the environment, cold showers and breakfast and sexy doctors coming and bringing your son and his mom breakfast and you having to hide in a closet or something. Like, you know, there's taking the kid to school, a car versus the motorcycle, and like there's a learning curve. But I think it's gonna be really, really fun to see just the growth. The potential is there, and I'm excited. And then as far as Miss Cow and her little boyfriend, whose name I cannot remember, I don't know that, I feel like they said it maybe in like the first or second episode that he came into the picture, and I don't know that they've said his name since then. If they have, it just has not sunk into me. But cute boy and Miss Cow are precious. They just keep being precious, and I love them. And then as far as Dr. Zhao and this other girl who is trying to set up the romance herself, like I said last episode, I just need more time. I need to see more interactions, because right now she feels very much like that stereotypical tropey kind of girl in these series who has a crush on the man, who has zero interest in her, and she's trying to do everything in her power to accidentally have this fairy tale romance moment where she falls into his arms and they look into each other's eyes and he instantly falls in love, and this like, and almost kind of pushing herself onto him when, like, instead of letting it happen naturally. So we'll see where that goes. I'm not against it. I need to see more of them before I can really feel one way or the other about it. And confirmation that she's legal. I would, an adult. I would love that. But yeah, it was another really, really fun episode, and I can't wait to see where they take us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways or join us for early access to these and many other reactions, you can join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah.